Mark Rober is a very unique YouTuber. Not trying to throw shade on other YouTubers, but he's special. Before he ever started making videos on social media, he was an engineer for NASA. Yeah, that NASA. During his time there, he actually helped develop technology that was used for the Curiosity rover, which is now on Mars. So while everyone right now is trying to go to the moon, Rober went to Mars. No biggie, guys. Just going to Mars here. When he started his YouTube channel in 2011, he made content geared towards his engineering background. He had some great viral videos early on, such as his iPad Halloween costume and a neat little contraption for all those pesky thieves who steal your Amazon packages. And his channel grew. It grew so large, in fact, that he now has over 18 million subscribers and 2.2 billion views total. On average, he gets 6.4 million views and 46,000 new subscribers a day. It doesn't take an engineering degree to figure out that with those kind of numbers, the brand deals are going to be out of this world, you know, because he worked for NASA. All right, I'll stop with the space jokes. So of course, given Mark's background and engineering mindset, he's able to construct more creative, more compelling brand partnerships. So I'm going to take a deep dive into 3 of his recent sponsorships to deconstruct why brands love him so much. And make sure to stick around to the end to learn how you can apply Mark's brand deal skills to your own sponsorship strategy. So the first sponsor is KiwiCo. In one of Rober's recent videos, Backyard Squirrel Maze 1.0 Ninja Warrior course, he plugs the brand at the end of the video.
If you find yourself bored and you like the idea of making a Squirrel Ninja Warrior course, but you don't have the skills or the squirrels, then here's basically the next best thing for my friends at KiwiCo.
2 things to take note of. 1, this is a very long video. The ad starts at around 20 minutes, but this isn't really a standalone ad. The plug for KiwiCo is directly related to the content, so it actually feels less like an ad and more like an extension of the video. In many ways, you could say this is where Rober puts his engineering prowess to work, making the ad and the content work together as one. Plus, I mean, come on, just look at how cool those ninja maze thingies are. Can I legally own a squirrel as a pet? I mean, I might want to look into that.
If you somehow don't already know, they deliver really cool monthly crates that are designed to flex your brain muscles as a maker and a creator and be really fun at the same time. So for example, this one comes with kid-friendly build instructions, plus all the supplies you'll need to put it together, so there's never any extra trips to the store. Each one also includes a booklet that talks about the science principles and where you might see examples of this in real life.
Here, Mark does a great job of explaining what exactly KiwiCo is without getting too technical about it, right? The products that he shows seem pretty complex, but what's great is that Mark's channel is dedicated to engineering, which involves finding solutions to fun challenges, right? A product like this is something his fans would expect him to promote, right? On top of that, he also gives a really great inside look at a specific product that he's confident his fans will enjoy.
My family loves them, and their headquarters is like a 10-minute bike ride from my house.
Okay, this is just fantastic, right? First, if you haven't picked up on it, Rober is big on family. He emphasized how the product is kid-friendly, but here he makes a point that his family as a whole enjoys it also. This helps give the brand a wider appeal. Hey, mom and dad, right? This isn't just for kids. You can have fun too. The second thing that's great is he gives KiwiCo a heartbeat by showing that he doesn't just use the product, he actually has visited the headquarters. This adds so much more credibility to the brand. It almost feels less like some brand partnership and more like a friendship between these two.
They have 8 different crate lines that cover the full STEAM spectrum from science and engineering to art and design, geared towards all different ages as well.
Here, Mark is really focusing on the brand's versatility, highlighting different areas of interest that KiwiCo provides, as well as how it caters to pretty much every age group available.
If you want to support my channel and you want a really fun way to grow your brain in all the right ways, go to kiwico.com/MarkRober or use the link in the video description and you'll get your first month free.
Good old call to action, right? He keeps it simple here, he doesn't try to oversell, and he doesn't need to, right? He knows his audience and why they watch his content. A product like this is right up their alley. He provides a link on screen in the video and in the description, a free month, and emphasizes that this is a great gift for someone in your family, reminding the viewer of the brand's versatility. Mark's second sponsor is Wix, which he plugs in his video using drones to plant 20 million trees.
I want to give a massive shout out to Wix, who supported the making of this video. I warned them that this was going to be the worst converting ad read in history because I was going to send everyone away to donate before I got to this part. So to the 5 of you that made it this far, please make a mental note in your brain right here under the Wix category that says they're one of the good guys.
Okay, I gotta admit, right? I'm a little envious of Mark's confidence here. 2 videos in a row where he plugs the ad at the very end. Mark, you're making us all look bad out here. I'm joking, of course, Most creators cannot get away with this, but Mark is an exception. He's well aware that his viewers are dedicated and will watch his content all the way through. He even makes a playful joke that only 5 people are still watching. Come on! The video has 18 million views. But where Mark's brand deal skills really shine through is how he brings Wix front and center. He makes it a point to tell his fans that Wix not only helped sponsor the video, but was in full support of the cause that Mark was promoting, even if it meant less exposure for them, right? Roll that little part again.
I warned them that this was going to be the worst converting ad read in history because I was going to send everyone away to donate before I got to this part.
Just like with KiwiCo, Mark humanizes the brand. Not only is he showing the moral value that Wix has by supporting a cause he believes in, but he goes out of his way to tell his fans to see them as one of the good guys. He hasn't even told us what Wix does, and yet we already have a positive opinion of the brand. Man, it's really impressive the way Mark engineers his branding.
And I love them, and I've been using them for several years now, not just because they're good humans that care about the earth, but because they have the best platform for making beautiful websites quickly and efficiently.
Here, Mark builds off the value he's established for Wix. It's not just any website builder, right? It's the website builder that he uses for his own website. This calls back to KiwiCo and the consistency Mark has with getting behind brands that he uses himself. And come to think of it, that's probably why a lot of viewers will stick around to the end of a 10-minute video, because they want to support whatever brands are supporting Mark.
To demonstrate how efficient it is to use all the drag and drop tools, I recreated the Team Trees website from scratch. As you can see, I can delete or select and resize or drag any element on the page. And then you could always preview to see how things would look to a visitor on your site. I'm using the Wix payment feature here, which is also super user-friendly to set up. There are plenty of other built-in options as well, like putting a social feed on your site. And if you want to get real fancy, Corvid by Wix lets you create super customized elements. Think of all the trees you could save if you could just tell people to visit your website instead of printing out paper brochures.
This is where Mark's background really makes him stand out, right? It's not good enough for him to say, yeah, this is a website builder, look at these templates. He actually shows the inner workings of building a website on Wix, and even went as far as literally reverse engineering a website that already exists. Mark, you're really flexing those NASA skills, aren't you?
So to create your own personal Wix website, go to wix.com/go/markrober or use the link in the video description. Thanks for watching.
Simple, straightforward call to action. He doesn't do anything fancy here, and to be honest, he doesn't really need to. He already packed in a lot of value for Wix, and given the 18 million views the video generated, it's safe to say they're going to be a little more than 5 people who will be signing up to Wix. With sponsor number 3, this is where Mark really shows off his unique and alternative approach to brand deals. Last year, Mark uploaded a video called Feeding Bill Gates a Fake Burger to Save the World, where he partners with Bill and Melinda Gates to get behind a cause he's very passionate about.
That's me, that's the richest man in the world, and that's the burger I just made him. But there's a catch. The patty in that burger is made from this stuff. And the reason I can eat it raw is it's made entirely from plants. As you guys know, every year I dedicate one of my 12 videos to showcase how clever people are using science and technology to change the world for the better. So for example, 2 years ago was a paper centrifusion microscope that could diagnose malaria for 51 cents versus $10,000 for traditional equipment. And then last year was a magical powder that helps poorer countries turn contaminated muddy water into clear drinking water. That's also when I first met Bill, and he earned my forever respect after I microwaved up some pizza rolls for him, and he ate them like a champ.
Right off the bat, he lets his audience know that the focus of the video is going to be near and dear to his heart, which is to improve the environment through plant-based meat. He also makes a point of referencing past videos he's done promoting causes he cares about.
I've been loosely following the progress of plant-based meat for a couple years now, and allegedly it looks and tastes like meat, yet it's made from plants. Now, at the top of this video, I feel like I should start with a confession. I eat meat, like, kind of a lot. I've had some form of meat at pretty much every meal since I was a kid. My favorite genre of food is barbecue. And so be that as it may, as a firm believer in the scientific method, I feel like it's time for me just to really buckle down and get to the bottom of this plant-based meat thing.
A fantastic thing Mark does here is he doesn't get all high and mighty about the cause. Yes, even if you're promoting something that's noble, you can turn off your audience if you're being kind of snobbish about it. Mark openly admits, hey, I'm passionate about this, but I've kind of done a bad job at supporting it, right? His self-awareness really allows his fans to see him as an equal because, let's be honest, right? We're all probably guilty of this kind of thing at some point, right? But Mark makes it okay to admit this. And he doesn't just stop there, right? He takes the next step to make a commitment to himself to do better, right? Doing this could also motivate his followers to do the same.
But before I officially taste it, I kind of want to know exactly what's in there. And to do that, I'm going to fly out to the two companies who are the leader in this space, Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods. At Beyond Meat, the first thing they showed me were the labs where they do all their research. Are these actors or these are real scientists?
These are scientists.
So here Mark introduces two companies that are involved in plant-based meat. That's not the part that matters though. If you notice, when he introduced the companies, he has a little disclaimer at the bottom that makes it clear that he is not sponsored by either of these brands. Again, this is not a traditional brand deal, right? It's not about selling you anything or getting a good deal through a promo code. It's about doing the ultimate call to action to help improve human life and the environment. And throughout 17 minutes, he breaks down all of the variables of how the environment is affected through meat consumption, how these two companies create plant-based meats that can hopefully become a viable alternative, and even provides social proof of their success at achieving this.
What do you think?
It's really good.
There's no meat in that burger.
Wait, what?
Of course, this is all great, but Mark knows that people are watching this video to see his interaction with Bill Gates. Even though it takes him a bit of time to get there, all of this is relevant. Despite the length of the video, Mark always makes sure that what he's presenting leads into the main point he's trying to make.
And so now it's time for my cooking. What do you think?
It's quite good. I mean, that's light years away from what they used to make.
Like the traditional veggie burger?
Right. You know, the quality's going to keep getting better. The plant-based guys are not done innovating. Eventually, they claim you won't be able to tell the difference.
Of course, you get a billionaire and a NASA engineer together for lunch, and what else would they talk about other than plant-based meat and saving the environment?
One of the great tragedies about climate is that it's the poorest in the world, the farmers who live fairly near to the equator, that all this heat and flooding and droughts, they're going to suffer by far the most. If you're just trying to get people to cut back, don't eat meat, don't drive to work, don't take trips, it's such a dramatic set of sacrifices that everybody has to engage in that without innovation, we're probably going to go way past the 2 degrees.
And that last part is the silver lining. Plant-based meat is the exact kind of innovation Bill's referring to here.
If you haven't taken note by now, Mark has a very direct involvement with his brand deals. If he's not visiting the headquarters of KiwiCo or building his own website with Wix, he's having dinner with Bill Gates. Mark having the head honcho himself sit with them and discuss in depth the importance of the cause he's promoting is invaluable. It doesn't just show Mark's consistency to be fully dedicated to partnerships he believes in, but Bill Gates' presence shows his dedication to Mark. Making money off brand deals is great, but forging partnerships that share a common goal for an important cause will always be worth more than even the best promo code.
I want to thank Bill and Melinda Gates for partnering with me on this video. They just released the brand new Gates annual letter, and I will leave a link to it in the video description. In it, they talk about the big risks they've taken in education and global health over the last 2 decades of their foundation, and why for the next 2 decades, they'll continue making big bets, only this time in gender equality and climate. And Bill's major focus on climate change involves both mitigation and adaptation to keep making progress toward making our planet a better place to live.
A call to action? You know, maybe for this non-traditional brand deal, we can give it a non-traditional term just this once. Let's call it a call to commitment. Mark simply provides info for his fans to do their part and help improve the environment. So how can you apply Mark's sponsorship execution to your own brand deal strategy? There are 3 key takeaways. Number 1, humanize your brand partners and emphasize their versatility. You can build relationships with brands that go beyond a simple monetary transaction. And doing things like involving your family or your friends can help illustrate to your followers how versatile a brand's products can be. Number 2, take advantage of how dedicated your followers are, right? You don't always need to plug a brand right away. If your viewers are willing to watch 10, 15, 20-minute videos of your content, they're most likely going to stick around to the very end, right? So give yourself the liberty to promote a brand towards the end so you can create content that's more seamless from start to finish. Number 3, not all brand deals are about promo codes, right? Partnerships centered around a cause that you're passionate about can provide you with opportunities you might otherwise never get. After all, if Mark wasn't so passionate about the environment, he might never have gotten to sit down with Bill Gates and stuff plant-based burgers in their mouths. That's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So which creator's brand deal strategy should I deconstruct next? Let me know in the comments and then hit subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when my next sponsorship reaction video comes out. And one more thing, do you want intel on new brand deal campaigns? Every Thursday, I send out sponsorship opportunities exclusively to creators on my email list. So make sure to join using the link below.